He can either save your teammates with those little shields, or he could just be primary enemy number one because he's just all over the place. He's really strong.
Would you classify Master Yi as a DPS jungler?
Yes, Master Yi is definitely a DPS jungler because he just runs. Oh my God! It's a party in the bot lane all night long. Back on topic. Yes, Master Yi is a DPS jungler. Actually no, yeah, there's 3 types of junglers. There's farm junglers, and support junglers, and then just, like, annoying junglers. I don't know how to classify them, to be honest. Farming junglers are just that. They farm the jungle, they don't really do much else, they take care of objectives, and they put pressure on the map because the more objectives you get, the more power-ups you receive. So, sometimes it is worth it if you have a decent team comp to have a farming jungler, because for the most part your team should be able to handle themselves. One thing that I learned when playing jungler is it's always going to be your fault, and if you're going to play jungle or you're going to main jungle, you have to be ready to accept that. People are always going to blame you because it's easier to blame the jungle than it is to, realize where you fucked up. So when you're doing your jungle, all you gotta really focus on is doing your best. Now remember, part of jungling is while it is good to snowball other lanes, it's never your job to win someone's lane for them. If they pick that lane and they expected you to gank them every single time, then they obviously aren't proficient enough in their champion to get those kills. Now it's a different story if they're in a counter lane. That's up to you. I personally decide when I gank a lane. If I see that they're getting countered but they're not doing very well, I'll generally just leave their lane alone, because there's no point in ganking a losing lane, because you're gonna waste time trying to get the lane to balance out rather than, snowballing the shit out of a lane that's already doing well by itself. You kind of want to allot your time wisely, because a lot of the issue with being a jungler is that you tend to fall behind due to other factors like getting counter jungled or just having to be everywhere at once. And I still remember the first time I jungled. It was also the first day that I never wanted to jungle again. I was playing Jungle Vi, and there was nothing else left. Everybody had called their roles. I wanted to play support. I didn't get it, and I told them straight up, it's like, I don't know how to jungle. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna play something that I've seen played before. So I played Jungle Vi, and I was just doing my best. I was just jungling. I was making sure to watch objectives. I was warding, but I was still getting yelled at because everybody wanted me to gank their lane, and if I didn't gank their lane, I was just, I did it! No, come back here! I'm upset. I'm upset. I was doing my best. I was doing absolutely everything I could, and it still was not enough for them, and I was so fucking depressed. Oh my God! I'm gonna kill myself! Ugh. I hate you, Jana. I sincerely hope you just no!
You've got like 16 uncompleted scores, yeah.
No! I was getting yelled at a lot, and they all reported me. Thankfully, nothing happened to me because the tribunal obviously realized that they were just being pricks. But yeah, I just kind of took that with a grain of salt after some reflection. I realized, you can't please everybody. And this is a game, and unfortunately, this game is also technically a sport because there are strategies and things and rules and shit you need to memorize before you can be effective. And I told myself, it's just one game. I just need to get better at it, and eventually they'll stop yelling at me and they'll start bowing down at my feet because I'm winning the game for them. Obviously, I'm not at that point yet. I'm actually mega trash. If you look up my name, you just see a picture of a garbage can in the dictionary.
Sorry, LG Paladin says you can please everyone, but it takes a lot of time and you gotta suck like a lot of dick.
Yeah, dude, honestly. My knees hurt after I learned how to play jungle. But I've gotten to a point where people generally don't complain about my jungling. Bring me that ass! No. Come back here. Ooh! Got him! Sorry. I'm just very loud and obnoxious. Really, Jonna? Really? Okay, my auto-pathing is just garbage because I hate this game. So with jungling, if you want to main jungle, you have to acknowledge that you're always going to get blamed for everything. And sometimes people will apologize because they'll admit they were having a bad game. Come back here! I will annihilate. Oh, I stole that kill and I'm not even mad. Well, I actually am mad. Let me just commit Sudoku right now. But once you accept that you're always gonna get blamed for it, you kind of learn to block it out. I've noticed. I generally don't pay attention to people. As soon as I see people getting salty in the chat, it just hit /mute all, and I generally have a good game. But yeah, sorry, we went into a huge segue. There's hold on. So you got ADC support, top, mid, and jungle. So there's 5 roles. All those 5 roles split into like 2 or 3 sub roles, and that's really all you gotta realize. Then after that, just part of getting better at ranked is just acknowledging what you're good at, what you're not good at, and then you can decide whether you want to abuse what you're good at until you're so good that it doesn't matter if you get countered, or you could do what I did and go to the all-rounder route and just try to improve on what you're the weakest at, so that way you're balanced out, and then you can choose where you go from there. I've seen people that go from balance to mid mains, or they go from mid mains to all-rounders. It just really depends if you're making a team or if you're just playing by yourself. I've noticed that being in a team, you can just kind of focus on what you're best at, but while you're playing by yourself, there's a lot of the people factor and the randoms, fucking randoms. So you gotta compensate for other people at times. Another thing that I personally would have wanted to know when I started playing ranked is learning what's a popular ban and what's a viable ban. Sometimes banning something that's popular is not as good as banning something that could actually become a problem, because looking at what people ban could telegraph what they plan on playing. Because what I did notice was, can you not be a little prick? God. Sorry, this Kog'Maw's just too good. It's fucking annoying. But yeah, when people start telegraphing what they're gonna play, when they ban something, for example, if they ban Yasuo and Katarina, chances are they're probably gonna play a really immobile late game mage like a Nivea.
Or they just have common sense and realize that.
Right. Actually, no, you'd be surprised. A lot of the times when people ban something that seems OP, it's because they don't know how to play against it. A lot of people just ban things they don't want to deal with. I personally do that once or twice every other game. If I notice that something's getting picked a lot, I just ban it out of annoyance.
Well, I was reading up on some stats the other day about banned heroes. Apparently the most banned heroes is LeBlanc.
Are what?
Is LeBlanc.
LeBlanc? Yes. LeBlanc is not as strong as she used to be. Fucking rest in peace, Silence. LeBlanc is nowhere as OP as she used to be, but she does snowball very hard, very early. And that's why a lot of people ban her, because they don't want to bother with her. A lot of her issue is she's very mobile, and that's something that can be solved just by watching and memorizing her cooldowns. But nobody really wants to do that, ever. And I don't blame them, because it's numbers. Yeah, it's numbers, fucking play now, kill stuff, like, worry about numbers later. Also, another thing about ranked, there is no such thing as luck. The only thing in the game that is constituted as luck is the random number generator on your crits, that's it. So if someone ever tells you you got lucky when you killed them, they're just salty, don't pay attention to them. This game is all math. Nothing is...
I mean, those are the luck that you're talking about, like, if you, like, accidentally kill steal, they say you got lucky with the kill steal.
I mean...
That happens sometimes.
The only other times that I can say justify. No! Why? Why? I hate when people do that. If you see me killing a ward and you did nothing to try and kill that ward, do not take it from your support. They need that money more than you do. Oh no, this is a bad idea. Let me see if I can just yeet this. Yeet! Give me that booty. Come on, give it. What else do you wish you would know about ranked? Honestly, starting in. A lot of it is trial and error, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably more like, you know, it's if I wanted to get good at competitive play, it's more about trying it, and it's also like, you know, trying the different roles in itself. Because me personally, I said I stick to bot support, but I know for a fact that to get better at the game, I can't just stick in bot and support for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'll need to.
Yeah, eventually you have to branch out. It's just, you can't avoid that.
Yeah. That's
Ooh, baiting fucking. Oh shit. I'm baiting flashes everywhere I go. Oh my god, that's such a terrifying skin for Kog'Maw. Like, he just looks like an atrophied, like, pug. Are you okay? Fucking. God.
But yeah, it's, you know, it's in a sense, it's kind of like you need to just go to practice what you want to practice.
Yeah. A lot of people say, you know, if you want to practice a champion, you gotta practice it in norms or bot matches. I disagree. This is a free-to-play game. You're free to play whatever you want in whatever way you want to do it. I feel like the best time to practice in ranked. Obviously, if you're in a higher elo, it's more of like, debatable because you could be gambling away a lot of your points because the higher up you are, obviously, that's where you're reaching your skill ceiling. So it's more like your win rate is a lot more balanced compared to me, who will normally have like a 50 to 60% win rate. So I can get away with using ranked games to practice because generally people are more serious. And while people are more serious, people make less mistakes, people try to make plays, and it helps you build reaction time compared to people who just dick around in normals. I dick around in normals all the time. I'll play Nami mid or Nazir support. I'll just play whatever I want because normals are normals and they don't really count towards anything, so it's just fun.
You could do what me and Zach used to do.
Uh-huh.
And we went what was it? The Hunter and Hunter Dog combo, which was Caitlyn and Warwick.
Oh god.
Caitlyn ADC and Warwick support. It worked really well.
It shouldn't. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I had myself, it worked really well because I ended up going 16 and
Jesus.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really, all I could tell you, things that I wish I would have told myself, my future self to my past self when starting ranked, is just don't be afraid to try new things. You know, don't be afraid to admit when you're not very good at something because you never know when that might have been crucial information. Because if someone tells you go top, do play this champion because I said so, and then you do poorly, they'll blame you for it. And generally, just ignore what other people want. Just do what you think is best. At the end of the day, it is a team game, but there's a lot of individual factors that come into play when you're part of that team. You know, when you just do what you think is best in the best interest of your team and yourself, less mistakes are made. And also having a sense of accountability. You know, it's very normal for us to want to blame something else or want to or just try to shift the blame onto something inevitable and in order to like minimize that shitty feeling. But the moment you start blaming yourself, when you start realizing what you did, what could have you done better, that's when you start noticing a lot more change in how you play a game. I started blaming myself at around season 4, and I noticed that I was improving. I stopped blaming others. I stopped, within reason. Like, I stopped blaming others for things that I could have because there is the occasional like idiot who just runs in, ignores the pings, and just does whatever he wants, and then